What's up, Region Rundown crew? Ditch the spooky tales tonight. We're diving into the top 10 U.S. cities where the crime rate makes every day feel like you're in a thriller movie. In these places, being on edge is just part of the daily routine, and the real adrenaline kicks in when you're navigating through the day, not from the safety of your couch watching a horror flick. Imagine living in a city that feels like it's straight out of a crime drama, except this is no movie. Here, the drama's real, the danger's up front, and nobody's handing out guaranteed happy endings. We're talking full-on drama with violent showdowns, heart-stopping chases, and the kind of heists that make you double-check your locks. Ready to take a walk on the wild side? Buckle up, and let's dive deep into America's most thrilling urban jungles. Hope you're feeling brave. Starting at number 10, Chicago, Illinois. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Chicago, a city that's been under a relentless siege of violence. In just 2022, the city saw a staggering 653 murders, a sharp 43% spike from 2019. It's a widespread crisis, with 19 of 22 police districts caught in a tide of rising crime. Neighborhoods like Chicago Lawn and Deering are especially hard hit, feeling the weight of this surge. 2021 marked a particularly dark year for Chicago, topping the charts with 810 homicides, a number painfully reminiscent of 1996's grim stats. At the heart of much of this violence? Gang conflicts. And if you were living in Chicago in 2022, your chance of being caught up in a homicide was an alarming 1 in 5,000. It's a tough reality for a city grappling with the complexities of crime, community safety, and the quest for peace in its streets. Number 9, Cleveland, Ohio. Get ready, because crime here isn't just a headline, it's costing residents a hefty chunk of change. Cleveland's wrestling with one of the heftiest crime bills per person in the whole country. Imagine that. The cash spent on cops, courts, and corrections is digging a big hole in the community's pocket, not to mention the emotional toll. With an overall crime rate of 60 per 1,000 residents, this place ranks as one of the riskiest spots to live in the U.S., size be darned. 2019 was particularly rough, with 7,300 violent incidents and 92 lives lost to murder. Living in Cleveland means rolling the dice with a 1 in 23 chance of getting hit by property crime, and an even scarier 1 in 61 shot at facing something violent. Yeah, Clevelanders are paying a hefty price, and it's about more than just money. It's a call to action for a city ready for change. At number 8, we're rolling into Detroit, Michigan, the legendary Motor City, which is currently in overdrive trying to pump the brakes on its crime rates. 2023 brought a bit of a silver lining with the fewest homicides since 1966, 252 to be exact. But let's not start the parade just yet. With a violent crime rate of 2,970 per 100,000 residents, the city's still facing an uphill battle. Being in Detroit means there's a 1 in 15 chance you could be caught up in either violent or property crime. When it comes to safety, Detroit's pretty much in a league of its own in Michigan, and not in a good way. Your chances of encountering any crime here? About 1 in 49, and if we're talking about someone possibly making off with your stuff, that risk narrows down to 1 in 22. And for those who love their cars, the Motor City has a bit of irony for you with a 1 in 65 chance of vehicle theft. Sure, there's a flicker of light at the end of this tunnel. Shootings and carjackings have seen a downturn, thanks in part to initiatives like Project Green Light. But to really change the game and cut down the staggering 20,000 estimated annual violent crimes, Detroit's going to need more than a quick fix. It needs a full-on, long-haul strategy. Landing at number 7, we've got Baltimore, Maryland, where the struggle for public safety feels relentless. In 2021, the city's violent crime rate of 1,900 per 100,000 residents cast a dark shadow. While homicides saw a slight dip to 335 in 2020, the spike to 58 homicides per 100,000 in 2019 was staggering, far higher than the national average. Living in Baltimore means living with heightened risk. Residents face a 1 in 64 chance of becoming a crime victim. Property crime is also a major concern, and the 1 in 166 chance of a car theft keeps everyone on edge. It's a tough situation, and Baltimore has a long road ahead to make its streets safer. Hitting the road to number 6, we land in Albuquerque, New Mexico. While you might recognize it from Breaking Bad, the city's real-life crime problem is far from fictional. Albuquerque's crime rate is a staggering 171% higher than the national average. In 2022 alone, the city was rocked by 7,100 violent incidents, including 80 murders, 1,400 robberies, and a shocking 5,600 assaults. Living in Albuquerque means living with a heightened risk. You have a 1 in 72 chance of experiencing a violent crime, and property crime is a real concern, with a 1 in 94 chance of vehicle theft. Albuquerque faces a serious challenge, and it's clear that effective strategies are needed to not only improve the statistics, but also create a safer environment for everyone. As we approach our midpoint, don't forget to hit subscribe and be part of the Region Rundown fam for more intriguing videos. Now, back to our list. Oakland, California lands at number 5, where success and opportunity share the stage with a harsh crime reality. Despite its tech industry buzz, Oakland's crime rate is a staggering 175% higher than the national average, with 6,459 incidents per 100,000 residents. 2022 was brutal. 100 murders, 2,500 robberies, and a staggering 2,700 assaults. Property crime is a major concern, with burglaries and car thefts spiking. Car thefts jumped a shocking 44% compared to the previous year. Residents face a 1 in 65 chance of becoming a crime victim, and a 1 in 15 chance of experiencing property crime. If you own a car, there's a 1 in 55 chance it'll be stolen. Oakland is a city of contrasts, a place of innovation and progress, but also deep-rooted challenges. Still, its residents are resilient and committed. Sliding into number 4, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, serves up Southern charm with a side of serious crime. Its violent crime rate of 1,028 per 100,000 residents is tough to swallow, and the murder rate is a staggering 128% higher than the national average. From 2016 to 2020, Baton Rouge was hit by over 80,200 violent crimes. In 2019, things got worse, with the violent crime rate reaching 1,150 per 100,000. Living here means constantly being on guard. Yet Baton Rouge is more than its problems. It's a call to action. The city needs to address the violence so its genuine charm can truly shine. Little Rock, Arkansas, earns a shocking third-place spot. Its nickname Little Shock is sadly fitting. In 2019, the violent crime rate soared to 1,450 per 100,000 residents. Unfortunately, by 2021, things hadn't improved much, with 5,400 violent crimes reported. These aren't just statistics. They represent real fear for Little Rock residents. You have a 1 in 55 chance of experiencing a violent crime. Property crime and car theft are also major concerns, with 1 in 19 and 1 in 187 odds, respectively. While crime rates have dipped slightly, safety remains a major issue. Little Rock's situation highlights the urgent need to find solutions that will bring lasting change and peace to its neighborhoods. Moving down to number 2, St. Louis, Missouri, the gateway to the West, with a gritty reality check. This city's crime rate in 2023 was a staggering 230% higher than the national average. That means a shocking 6,112 violent crimes, including 264 murders in a single year. For those living in St. Louis, these aren't just statistics. It's a constant undercurrent of unease. Sadly, St. Louis has battled this before. Back in 2019, it held the grim title of highest violent crime rate in the nation, a staggering 1,900 incidents per 100,000 residents. But here's the thing. St. Louis refuses to give up. The city faces a 1 in 14 chance of property crime and a 1 in 39 chance of car theft. But those numbers are fueling change. Community efforts and strategic policing are pushing back. It's a long road, but St. Louis is determined to reclaim its streets. The city's story is about resilience, a fight for reform, safety, and the vibrant community spirit St. Louis is known for. Topping our list at number 1 is Memphis, Tennessee, a city where the soundtrack of crime sadly drowns out its rich musical heritage. Memphis's crime rate is a staggering 237% higher than the national average. In 2022 alone, a shocking 15,300 violent crimes were reported, including 289 murders. Sadly, this trend isn't new. Murders jumped from 191 in 2019 to 262 in 2020. By 2021, the overall crime rate was more than triple the national average. Right now, Memphis has a violent crime rate 6 times higher than the rest of the country, at 25 per 1,000 residents. Property crime is a major concern, with a 64 per 1,000 chance. The city of Elvis now faces a 1 in 41 chance of becoming a crime victim. Car theft is also rampant, with a 1 in 56 risk. Hey, Region Rundown crew, we just took a hard look at some of America's cities facing major crime challenges. Thinking about visiting or relocating? Remember, alongside the statistics, there are people working to create positive change. Cities nationwide are taking action, boosting law enforcement, launching community programs, and seeking solutions to make streets safer. If you've got ideas to reduce crime, we want to hear them. Share your thoughts in the comments and let's get the conversation started. Thanks for joining Region Rundown. Stay tuned as we continue exploring the complex issues that shape our country's communities.